Adhocracy News, May 15th, 2017. Today's top stories.
Brawny moms are snappy.
Carhart's rosier side.
And the science of Crayola blue.
Hello, I'm David Landeen.
And I'm H.A.D. Melville. And welcome to Adhocracy News, where we cover stories about advertising, marketing, art, and design.
On to the top stories. The Hovering Art Director is now an action figure. Adobe stock has been running an ad campaign about a character known as the Hovering Art Director. He and a designer are trying to put together an extremely manly ad for a client that will be here in an hour. The videos that Adobe put out over the past few months are full of things that designers hear all the time and probably hate. Well, now this Hovering Art Director is a talking action figure. He is the ultimate desk toy for any designer because he has all the advice you need. Catchphrases include, "Just make it pop," and "The 90s called, and they want their drop shadows back." Designers can win their very own Hovering Art Director by submitting their own hover lines to hoveringartdirector.com. The contest launched May 8th and will continue for 2 weeks. Well, that was fascinating for our top stories.
Very interesting.
I think that we all learned a lot. Now
Let's learn a little. Brawny's Mother Days commercial showed what it's like to be two and a handful. With the help of the new Snapchat spectacles, this lovely commercial gives a point of view of the fun it is to be living with a toddler.
And can I say that it is nice to finally see a use for the Snapchat spectacles.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty incredible use. Each shot is actually brilliantly framed in a circle showing the kid with an easy to see like what happens next situation, right?
Yeah.
And as a parent, you know that's happening.
Absolutely, you do. And you see it, but not from the same perspective as what the Snapchat shows,
Yes, yeah.
Which is really fun.
So it's heartwarming, funny, and a bit frustrating, especially if you do live with a toddler, because you know, like, the kid grabbing the spaghetti. Like,
you know what's going to happen next.
You know that little handful is going to launch that.
Yes.
The Snapchat spectacles were released in November of this last year and have had a bit of a solid support, actually. In place of trying to cram a ton of technology into it, their ability is mainly to connect to Snapchat, being able to share video and photos. One of the coolest features is actually the ability to watch the video on your phone, both horizontal or like you can actually turn it.
Nice. I haven't watched it on my phone yet. That's really cool.
So it's kind of cool. And when they launched it, they were actually dispensed by these really quirky monster/robot type dispensers, like a ATM type thing, but they had a big eye, and so it was kind of cool. But you can actually pick up a site or a pair of their spectacles on their site actually now.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
You know, sometimes you can't predict these stories are going to come.
No, yeah, I mean they just kind of come as they come. So
yeah.
Let's see what comes next.
In line with Frank Lloyd Wright's 150th birthday, Schumachers re-releasing the collection of geometric forms and patterns originally created by Wright as a campaign back in 1955. The idea back then is even if you can't own one of Frank Lloyd Wright's houses, you could at least afford something designed by Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright is in typical fashion. He took issue with the fact that the campaign was displaying the fabrics in a typical middle-class home. He demanded that the collection be pulled. When the current director of Schumachers today came across the design, she worked with Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation to bring back the collection. The patterns have aged actually pretty well and look modern. So once again, if you can't afford a Frank Lloyd Wright house, you can own one of his designs. Well,
that was surprising.
Yes, it was.
It surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it surprised me. I don't think it did because
I mean, you read it.
Yeah, so it didn't surprise me.
It surprised me.
Maybe it surprised me when I found it.
Let's see if I can surprise myself. You remember our story of Crayola retiring their dandelion color that we covered, right?
They went out with a bang.
Yes. Dandelion has been on his farewell tour, and the new blue color is actually going to replace it, right?
Yeah, they're going to call it what's the weed killer? Like the thing that replaced the dandelion, that killed the dandelion.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
They actually they're having a contest on how to name it, so maybe you should submit that.
Yeah, there you go.
Fun fact, the new blue color is based off of science.
Science.
The blue hue was actually discovered by accident in an Oregon State University chemistry lab in 2009. The chemical compound was discovered as they were mixing and heating different chemicals.
Was there... Well, never mind. I was going to say, was it like a red color and a green color? But blue is a primary color, so that joke doesn't work.
Yes, yeah, true. And this was actually they're trying to create new materials to create electronics. So that's what.
Not crayons?
No.
Oh.
So one sample, after being heated, came out really bright blue, and it was named YINMN after the different compounds that were used: yttrium, iridium, and manganese oxides.
Well, my favorite color actually is Yinmin.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I've been saying that for years.
The chemical actually isn't cleared to be used in materials yet because it has to pass regulatory approvals.
Well, if my kid eats a Yinmin crayon, then I want to make sure they're not going to die.
So the crayons actually won't have the actual compound in it. They're basing the new color off of the compound, so it's made to look like it. And of course, as we reported, you can submit names for this color to Crayola until June 2nd. And then they'll announce the top 5 winners on July 1st, and voting will take place. And then they will announce the color in September.
Now, if we randomly get a giant audience off of this one video, and this explodes, I think we should name it Weed and Feed.
Weed and Feed?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That works.
I think it does. Or Kentucky Bluegrass.
Okay.
Because it's blue.
Blue, yeah.
And like the dandelion died and the grass grew.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not a surprise. I still knew.
Well, okay.
One day I will surprise myself.
Yeah, and that day will be a great day.
It will.
Yeah.
I will celebrate.
Carhart is breaking all stereotypes in their new Mother's Day ad. So it shows women being rough and tough using chainsaws. The message of the video is that moms and women out there are like Rosie. Annex. It shows gardening. It shows kind of like the rougher side. I always show it how to use arc welder and a chainsaw for that matter.
Yeah.
But it actually is a pretty powerful video because it shows typical audience, your typical brand, and say who else is out there. They like the woman's brand, and on their website they even have stories of women and stories of moms.
Oh, that's cool.
I feel like it celebrates womanhood,
just
as much as motherhood, which is a nice thing. So they actually have on their website like shop the film. And
I need some of those overalls that the little boy was wearing.
And there you have it, Adhocracy news from this past week. If you find a story that you'd like us to cover next week, you can visit us on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and let us know.
Yeah, if you like what you saw here today, if you would like to have more news every Monday, make sure you click the subscribe button. That'll let you know when we have a new show.
Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. We appreciate you.
And to begin your week, here is a video that you very much will want to see.
Did I go to the